Stoker's secret lair is used for writing, not rendezvous.
Given that his pastime was something of which his family and employer disapproved.
I can see why.
No, Watson. We might wish Bram Stoker to be our man, but he is not. No more than Ahmed Singh. But if the only difference between them is if we can't find the true murderer, the Hindu will hang. Hello, who is here?
Let them knock.
Constable Hopkins. What brings you to Baker Street at an hour when most off-duty policemen are at home resting their feet? I perceive your route here has been a circuitous one, and you have taken great pains to avoid being seen.
Heavens, sir, how can you tell that?
Don't look at your trouser leg. There must be 7 different splashes there. I recognize some mud from Gloucester Road.
For the love of God, Holmes, it's late. What brings you here, Constable?
I've news from the yard. We're on strictest orders not to breathe a word, so of course I waited for nightfall and beat a path here to Baker Street. Our police surgeon, Dr. Brownlow, has disappeared.
This is news indeed.
I did a bit of inquiring and found out that today in the mortuary, whilst working on McCarthy, Brownlow began acting strangely.
How do you mean, strangely?
Brownlow threw the assistants and stretcher bearers out of the mortuary, made all of them take off their clothes and scrub down with carbolic and alcohol and shower. And you know what he did while they were showering, Mr. Holmes?
He burned all of their clothes.
Aye, that he did. And then Miss Rutland's remains were carried in and he...
Repeated the ritual.
Apparently it was a bit of a giggle. All the lads lined up, showing their wedding tackle. Then Dr. Brownlow barricaded himself inside the mortuary.
And now?
And now he's gone.
Gone? How? Surely they had enough sense to post a man outside the mortuary door.
They didn't think to post one out behind the mortuary. And where does that door lead to?
To the stables and mews. You're right, Mr. Holmes. It never occurred to anyone that Brownlow's object was to leave the mortuary. Why, they said they could even hear him talking to himself.
So he left the back way?
I saw in the police wagon.
Have you checked at his home?
Men are posted by it, and neither they nor his missus have seen hide nor hair. However, there's one other oddity.
Brownlow took the bodies with him.
That is correct, sir.
Have you seen the mortuary since Brownlow abandoned it?
Made it my business to have a look.
Capital. Really, Hopkins, you exceed my fondest hopes. Tell me what was left in there.
Nothing much. Just a pile of ashes and some kerosene.
And the missing police wagon?
An alarm has been put out, Mr. Holmes. If it's in London, we'll lay hands on it.
That is exactly what none of you must do. No one must go near it. Hopkins, the time has come for us to part company. Where we go, you must not follow.
Smart you always are. Good night, then.
Holmes, I see what you're getting at. There's some matter of contamination or contagion involved.
Precisely. But we have yet to discover what. You conducted a cursory examination of each body. Did their conditions suggest anything of disease to you?
Any number of common ailments begin with a sore throat.
Then there is nothing for it but a visit to the mortuary. We're off.
Where are we going?
The mortuary.
Someone appears to have made off with our 2 corpses.
Come on. This door should lead to the mortuary. You can see the wheel marks where the wagon was backed up to it, of course. The police have examined it.
There are footprints running in every direction all round the place.
It looks like they danced a Highland fling.
He went left. That's all we can say. If he departed the mews, there's no telling where he was bound. Hello? What's this? The noose around Ahmed Singh's neck begins to loosen.
How so?
If the prosecution contends that the Hindu smoked Indian cheroots, they would be hard to explain the presence of this one outside the mortuary, while Singh himself was incarcerated at Whitehall.
Are you certain it's the same cigar? Begging your pardon.
Our man simply threw it aside when Brownlow opened the mortuary door for him.
I take it Brownlow did not smoke Indian cheroots?
To my knowledge, he did not smoke at all.
Excellent!
There was another man here, and it is that other man who concerns us. Brownlow was talking not to himself, but conversing with our quarry. Think. Every minute counts. Watson,
Yes.
what can you tell me about tropical diseases?
What have tropical diseases to do with this?
McCarthy and Miss Rutland were not killed to prevent their living, but rather to prevent their dying a more horrible and more dangerous death.
Slain violently in order to prevent their suffering the ravages of some malady.
Just so. A virulent disease that would have made off with them as surely as a knife given time.
Yes, Holmes and I, who were most prominently exposed to them, were forced to imbibe some sort of antidote.
Antidote?
Saved our lives, I shouldn't wonder.
What of Brownlow then?
Brownlow is dead. If the murderer's purpose was to contain a spreading epidemic, the police surgeon, by virtue of his occupation, was more exposed to contamination than any of us.
And the murderer?
Could be anywhere by now. But I dare not theorize proximity from such threadbare data. It is staring us in the face. I know it, but I cannot fathom it. Cannot for the life of me.
Holmes, even as the hour grows late with us tired, and I, for one, want of a large snifter of brandy. We remain at your service and will persevere until you are no longer plagued by this vexing case.
Plagued. Watson. Invaluable Watson! You held the key in your own hand from the first. Romeo and Juliet, Act 3, Scene 1.
Oh,
A plague on both your houses!
He was being literal?
Which explains your mystery of rigor mortis. Sharp, what did they do when the plague came to London?
They closed the playhouses.
Precisely.
Yes.
Watson, who is the one person Brownlow would admit to the mortuary while performing an autopsy?
Another doctor, of course.
Of course! It was before me all the time and I was blind to it. Quick, Watson!
Well, who is it, man? I've never heard such melodrama outside of the Haymarket Theatre.
In a very few minutes, you shall hear it from the lips of the man we are seeking, if he is still alive.
Still alive?
He cannot have toyed with the disease as much as he has without succumbing to it, nor could he have gotten very far.
But the plague's not been heard of since the Great Fire of London.
On the contrary, it is at present decimating India, as you should know from the papers.
What is that stench?
Carbonic! In enormous concentration! Holmes, the police wagon!
Cover your noses, gentlemen. Watson, you haven't your revolver with you.
Oh, no, Holmes!
What a pity. I hoped we would find you in time.